Hello everyone, my name is Orbay Göktun, and I have a question for you all. Throughout the times that you went outside to go hang out with your friends, to go get groceries, or maybe even just walk down the street, how many people do you think you have seen? 10,000? 100,000? Or maybe even a million? Regardless, every face you see represents a person, a unique individual with their own likes, dislikes, personalities, and so on. And so does yours. When I look at you all here today, I can see that all of you are different. You all have your own sets of likes and dislikes that make you different from one another. Maybe you like swimming and long walks on the beach, but don't like pineapple on pizza. However irrelevant it might be, it's still what makes you, well, you. But have you ever found yourself in a situation that you act in a way that isn't you? That, despite being given the option, the ability to think and to decide, that you choose to do things that aren't exactly you? Well, it's a common thing in human psychology, and it's called mirroring. Mirroring is when you consciously or unconsciously mimic the actions, behaviors, or postures of others. The history of mirroring goes all the way back, from the start of humankind. You see, back when humans first dwelled on Earth, they had to rely on trial and error to survive. These trials started from simple, from picking which berries were edible. But as time passed, progress was made. As people tried, they learned. As they learned, they invented. From clothing to tools, to the technology and machines that you see today. Mirroring is still a very active part of our lives, but for different reasons. Some of these reasons are good. In fact, contrary to popular belief, mirroring someone could often mean that you get along very well with them. Hence why you can see that best friend groups often act like each other. Or it could simply be that you admire them. For example, artists or musicians. They can replicate a piece as if it were the real thing. But when it comes to making their own piece, they are often unable to. The reason is simple. They simply admire the work of others, and they wish to replicate them, having fun while doing so. Well, however, not all of these reasons are good. You see, there's something in the human psychology called inferiority complex. This is when you doubt yourself, when you have a lack of confidence, and in order to overcome this, you attempt to overcompensate. This either results in spectacular achievements or extremely asocial behavior. Unfortunately, it tends up to always be in the latter. The mechanism, well, I'll also have to ask you this. Do you think that we can strive to be original? That for the entirety of our lives, we can avoid mirroring people? Well, as much as you would like to try to, there is always a part of you that will be prone to mirroring others. And this is called the chameleon effect. You see, we're not so different from lizards. I mean, sure, we don't turn green, or brown, or gray, but we have our own tricks for blending in. The mechanism behind this chameleon effect is called the perception-behavior link, which, by simply seeing something, you become prone to acting like it. For example, laughing. Something that we often replicate, even if we don't like the joke or find it to be unfunny. If others laugh about it, then we seem to do it as well. Yawning, another thing that we often replicate with no clear explanation. Here's a little experiment that you can try. If in a public area you have a suspicion that someone is staring at you, then yawn. If they are actually looking at you, then there's a high chance that they will actually yawn as well. Itching, another one of these contagious actions. When you see someone itch, when you think about itching, when you even see the word itch, you tend to become itchy all over your body. Most of these actions say that you have empathy, that you care about what others do or feel. And, in fact, it's believed that only sociopaths are immune to these contagious actions, as they cannot feel or show empathy. Now, you might be wondering, why did I tell you all of this? Why did I take the time out of your day to tell you stuff that you probably already know? Well, it could be to relieve you of the fact that not all mirroring is bad. It could be to tell you the phenomenon behind our brains. Or it could simply be to tell you that you are you. You have your own set of personalities, and you are given the choice to think, to decide. If you do not act on your own accord, then you are not you. There will be times when you doubt yourself, when you fall into the inferiority complex, when you think you are nothing more than the shadow of another. I used to be like that. I used to have doubts about myself. I wouldn't believe that I was anything more than the shadow of another. But then I read a book called Wonder. This book inspired me. It taught me to be different from others. It taught me that what makes me different is what makes me, well, me. And if you ever doubt yourself or fall into the inferiority complex, remember this one sentence from Wonder. You can't blend in when you are born to stand out. Thank you.